when our balls itch, there's a pinch trick, not just a scratch. Bro.
Alright, if you're a lie, gaslight, and manipulator, welcome into Strictly Cap.
That's not you, if that ain't for you, get out of here.
Get out of here, indeed. You know the drill every week, same thing.
Okay, well, without further ado, I think we should jump straight into it with everyone's favorite topic, quickfire questions.
Let's get into it.
Should I go first or do you want to go first?
I think you should go first this week.
Alright. My quickfire question for this week are, what are guys' secrets that girls don't know about?
Bro, you are about to expose us so hard.
Yeah, and literally all of these, I would say.
Do we do it?
Guy,
do we do it?
Yeah. Every guy probably does this or has done this. You know what I mean? But let's get right into it. So, what are guys' secrets that girls don't know about? A girl once told me my haircut looks good. I've kept that same haircut for 4 years since then. Bro.
Facts, bro. Facts.
You know what, right?
Bro.
I think it was about 5 years ago, right? A girl.
The fact that you still remember
Exactly.
wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how true this is, because a girl at the club, she told me my eyebrows look good. I was like, my eyebrows?
That's such a weird thing.
Exactly. And that has stuck with me ever since then.
So now when you look at yourself in the mirror,
Yeah, exactly.
But that's so facts, bro. Like if a girl ever told me they like my hoodie, I'm wearing this hoodie every day, bro.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, a guy will always remember compliments that he gets. So girls, compliment your guys out there.
Compliment us. Fuck you guys, bro. I don't care about your guys. Compliment us.
Okay. What are guys' secrets that girls don't know about? We could own one pair of jeans for 4 years. Bro, I was looking through my gallery yesterday and I saw a picture of us at the club.
Yeah.
And like, you know how long we haven't been out, like 2021 was probably the last, or 2020 even. And I have the same jeans on
that you were wearing then. That is wild,
yeah.
bro. That is wild.
And that is the only pair. Well, I own another pair, but I don't use it. I basically have one pair of jeans.
Fair. Also, I just think that we, as guys, we're a lot more versatile with things. Like, if we find one thing that we like, we can make it work with anything. Whereas I feel like women are more outfit shopping. Like, this is gonna go with this, and this is gonna go with that. Guys don't do that. Like,
and
we just make shit work.
They wouldn't be caught wearing the same.
Wearing the same thing. Yeah.
We
don't care.
Speaking of don't care, my next one. What are guys' secrets that girls don't know about? If we say I don't care, it genuinely means we don't care. This is not a trick.
Bro, there is nothing more true than that. Like, what I hate is in a relationship, right? If I'm just chilling looking outside the window, and you're like, babe, what's wrong? Nothing.
And it is nothing.
It's literally nothing.
Yeah.
And what drives women crazy is that they just know they can't do
it.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys could switch off, bro, and we just don't give a shit. And it pisses them off.
Because they literally can't process the fact that we're thinking about nothing.
It's also like they know. The way they think about it, I think, is I couldn't do that. Like, I would care.
So why can we do that?
Why do you not care? You know what I'm saying? And that drives them insane, bro. But it's also the most peaceful thing as a guy when you're thinking about nothing.
Exactly.
Wild.
My last one. This one, every guy has done this. Every single guy. What are guys' secrets that girls don't know about? When our balls itch, there's a pinch trick, not just a scratch. Bro,
The pinch and twist,
the pinch and
bro. The pinch and twist is the most satisfying thing ever.
It's the only way to get rid of that itch.
It's the only way.
Oh.
And if you're not a guy, you will never understand. Like, you can't scratch. It's a pinch and twist.
It has to be the pinch.
That's insane, bro.
Oh, when I read that one, I was like, I have to.
Oh
I
my
have to.
word. That is hilarious, bro.
That was my last
Oh
one.
my word. Okay.
So what is your
The pinch and
what is your quick fire question?
Oh, okay. So my quick fire question this week. What is something you are too embarrassed to admit publicly? Well, now you're about to. Alright, so let's get into it. What is something you are too embarrassed to admit publicly? I practice our arguments in the shower daily and still lose 10 times out of 10.
This has to be a guy. This has to be a guy. There's no way.
Bro, you're in that shower like, I'm gonna say this, and then she's gonna say that, and then she'll know that she's wrong. And then in mid-argument, she hits you with something else, and you're like,
whoa, I didn't prepare for this.
like, let's take a 10-minute recess. I need to confer with my client. Like,
You can never beat a woman in an argument.
bro.
It's just not possible.
But I think it's also because guys just like peace. So eventually we're just like, alright, man.
Yeah,
whatever.
whereas they are just willing
They just want to
go
win.
around, you know.
Yeah.
And they have receipts as well.
They
so,
do.
Yeah.
They do.
I
I'm
found
like,
that
I don't
out,
keep
yeah.
chats past yesterday, bro. So. Alright. What is something you were too embarrassed to admit publicly? I once co-signed an apartment for a guy I liked, only for him to move in there with his wife and kids.
No way.
Oh my word.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
But that's love, bro. That okay, wait.
Oh,
It's not love. It's not love. It's not love.
That's not love.
She just like she loved it. She
Yes.
loved it. That's what it was. It wasn't love. She just loved it. That's what I'm gonna say. Moving on to the next one. This one has happened to me before, very early on in my career.
Whew. Oh, yeah.
Not work career, in my career.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I was a newbie at this time. I'll explain. So, what is something you were too embarrassed to admit publicly? I once finished before we started. I felt so embarrassed. I told her she's not ready and pulled up my pants.
This is happening to you.
Bro, I was a
my
newbie.
God,
I was an
no,
amateur.
Kyle.
Listen, this
How
was.
do you finish before you start?
Bro, can I explain? Can I explain? Like, you're judging me before I,
can't
even
wrap my head
explain.
around it. I cannot wrap my head around
It was my second time, bro. It was the second time I'd ever done this, right? And we were making out, and I was like in the zone, and the next thing I know, it's done.
You were making out.
Bro, do you know how many years ago this was? Chill.
Oh.
And then I had to play this card like, nah, you're not ready. You're not ready for this. You know what? I'll give you some more time to prepare. And I just pull up my pants out of there, bro.
You gaslit her
Oh
into
my
thinking
word.
you're not ready.
And she didn't even play the game. She was like, nah, I'm ready, bro. Let's see, what do you have?
Oh,
What do you have?
shit.
And I
She made
was
it
like,
hard for you.
nah. You know,
She made it hard for you to get out of there.
oh my word. And the thing is,
Oh.
okay, I haven't spoken to her in like over 10 years, bro. I don't even know where she is. But one day, if she ever watches this, she'll know who I'm talking about. She'll know it's her.
God.
Oh,
I hope she
okay.
watches and she leaves the comments. I know.
It was me. And what is just like, it was me, and I knew. I was just too embarrassed. Alright, this is my last one. What is something you are too embarrassed to admit publicly? I was with a guy on a first date at a fancy restaurant and sneezed so hard I accidentally shat myself. He still ended up eating it that night.
No ways, no ways. Fuck that.
Bro, this guy was on a mission.
No way. And there's no way he wouldn't have known either.
No, he knew, clearly. But my question is, how do you lock in afterwards and still hit it?
No, I don't think I could.
Never.
I don't think I could.
I could never, bro.
There's no way.
Even if you farted, I'll be honest, I can't. I would not. Unless we're like in a long-term relationship, fair.
Yeah, fair.
But like if it's like a one-night thing and I'm just seeing you in that light and then you fart and it hits my nose, nah. Go home, bro.
Turn off.
Go home. Put Netflix off. There's no chilling. Go home.
It's just Netflix.
That was my last time.
Okay. That was quick fire questions, man.
Fire as always.
Love that segment. Absolutely love it. I think it's time to get a bit more serious. Let's move on to Jen's check. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I only have one thing to say, and you already know I am tired, bro. I am tired. Last night / this morning was tiring.
We're gonna get a story about it.
Nah, we're not gonna get any story.
Never.
Whoever's watching will know what the story is.
Oh, okay. Alright, so it was
But yeah,
one of those nights.
I'm tired. I'm on, and nobody judged me, but I'm on my third one of these.
Alright.
So yeah,
Bro,
how are you?
1 p.m.
It's 1 p.m. literally.
Third one. It's crazy. I've been good. I've had plenty of sleep. Plenty of sleep. Apart from doing research for the podcast at 2 in the morning. But no, other
in
than
the
that.
morning?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Tough scenes. But now I've been fine. It's nothing that I really want to talk about this week.
Cut off any friends this week?
No. Kept all my friends this week. So
Shout out, bro. Shout out. Cause like you've been dropping them recently. I started asking myself, am I next? What's going on?
You never know. You never know.
That's wild, bro. That's wild.
Just prepare yourself to be one friend.
Hey, bro, I'll run this shit alone. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. I know that's Jen's check. Not as deep as previous weeks.
She never said that.
All right, let's move on to fact or cap.
Okay. Am I gonna go first?
Yeah.
I'm going first.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I am so interested to know what you think. And I know I say this every week. I want an explanation, bro.
Okay.
Of your answer.
Why I think so. Okay.
So this is my fact or cap this week. And this one goes back, I want to say, to 2020. Okay. And there was a friend of mine. There was a friend of mine, and her father had just passed away. Okay. I did not know that her father had passed away, because at the time she had just found out. She was in the hospital, just found out that her father passed away. And because I'm oblivious to this, I call, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I call with my own intentions. You know what those intentions are. So I call, she's at the hospital crying because she just found out whatever happened. And she answers, I say her name. I was about to say her name right now, and then I was like, shit, okay. I say her name, and then she doesn't say hello, she doesn't say anything, she just says, Kyle, my father just passed away. And she's crying, right? My move, I hung up.
No ways.
I hung up, bro. I hung up. All she heard was beep, beep, beep.
Wait,
That's literally what I did. So
you had that twice.
nah, bro.
Sorry.
Nah, bro. Do you know this person's still in my life, right?
I had to.
Do you know she's still in my life?
I had to.
Like, you are crazy. Alright, but that is my fact or cap. Are you calling it as fact or cap? And justification for your answer. By the way, can I just say? Alright, I'll tell you when we reveal. Continue.
Man, I think I'd like to think that it's cap.
Okay.
I would like to
I
think
don't
that
know where
it's
this
cap.
is going, but okay.
Because I don't think you're that much of a dick. I mean, you are one, but you're not that much of a dick.
Okay.
It's where you just hang up after she tells your father passed away.
Okay.
The fact that you're laughing, like, man. No, I have to go with cap. I have to have a little bit of faith in you. A
Okay,
little
and your
bit.
answer for why it's cap is?
I really just don't think you would have hung up as soon as she told you her father passed away.
Okay. I respect that. I respect that.
You're making me second guess
Alright.
myself.
So that's lock in fun answer.
Yeah, lock in.
Alright, let's hear yours.
That's wild though.
Let's
That
hear it,
is
bro.
a fact. That is wild. We'll find out though. Okay, so mine is back when I used to compete as a FIFA player, right? We used to go overseas to play competitions and stuff. Wait, before I start actually, our national anthem. Can you sing the full national anthem? Every single
I
word.
would like to think so, but only if other people are singing with me.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. So, back when I was playing FIFA competitively, I competed in London, right? It was like an E-Nations type thing. So, we had, I think there was 32 different countries, and we had 2 people representing their country, and I was one of them for South Africa. So now they had this big, like, show type thing where you stood in front of your console and they had your flag in the back, right? Of the country you're representing. Now, we were told that we were going to have to sing our national anthem,
Wild.
right? So, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, maybe they'll have the words. And this is live TV, by the way. And it's still on YouTube right now.
We will run that clip so quickly.
So, they, like, moving the camera to each person and each nationality, everybody is singing their anthem or whatever. So they get to me. Oh, the Afrikaans part plays.
Trapper van Vergelijking.
You just see my mouth go from mouthing the words to just humming. Just started humming it.
Okay.
Bro, that's on TV and on YouTube. So, and bear in mind, the guy next to me was a white person, so he knew the words,
Okay.
and I was the only one that didn't. And the camera just moved on, and everybody else is singing the anthem perfectly fine, and I was the only one there.
That's wild though.
So, fact or fact?
Bro, you don't even need to say anything. It's fact. I know it's fact. You don't need to ask me any questions. Ask me whether it's fact. 100%.
What if I know a
fact.
national anthem though?
I mean, I'm sure you do. Not the Afrikaans bit though.
And they didn't have, in my defense,
They shouldn't have lyrics, bro.
they
It's your
they
national
just had
anthem.
the like sound.
Yeah, that's all you need.
No.
80 blow, bro.
That's the only part. 80 blow fun.
Hey man, it's 100% fact. I'm not even questioning this.
Okay,
It's
well.
fact.
We'll find out later on. Next up, we have breakup stories.
I've been waiting for this.
Really?
Ah yeah, I've been waiting.
Well, I think you should go first.
I go first, or you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Alright.
You go first.
So my breakup stories this week, I have 3. And the first one, we were happy. And the fact that it starts like that,
Oh, that's how it starts.
That's how it starts. We were happy.
Okay, that's interesting.
After 7 months of living together, one day he told me that God came to him in a dream and told him to break up with me. Oh my word. Do you know what's crazy about this, right? I kind of believe him. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's possible. Some people are just that religious that if God ever came to them in a dream, it's like, bro, I can't argue with God though.
The funny thing is, I have one similar. Very,
Do
very
you?
similar. Yeah. But we'll get to that when it's my turn.
Alright. The next one. This is the most gaslighty thing I've ever heard. After 2 solid years together, he told me that I am too amazing. He feels selfish for keeping me all to himself, and it's time he shares my gift to the world.
Oh, he told her that.
Bro, it's time he shares my gift to the world.
No. That brother was done a long time ago. He was waiting for an excuse and it never came.
She never gave him an excuse. It's like, you know what, bro, you are too amazing. Like, I can't keep you to myself.
I have to share you with the world.
I'm not doing the world justice by keeping.
I can't be selfish anymore.
Also fair, I respect that.
That's one way to break up with someone.
I mean, it is.
You're too
and
good
I'll
for
keep
me.
that in my back pocket one day. Like, just. Alright, my last one. This again comes in from a friend of mine. I'm not going to put her name on here, but she was adamant I put this on the episode. I lived with my ex for 1.5 years, and after finding out he cheated, I stayed so I could cheat back. 2 weeks later, I packed my bags and wrote him a note saying, "If you're going to cheat, do it right, and tell your cousin I said hi."
Oh my god! Now you are wild for that, but that is so justified in my opinion. If somebody cheats on, you know where I stand with cheating.
I know,
Everybody knows
hey,
at this
bro.
point. So like, if you get cheated on, do what you gotta do. Honestly.
Can I share a story again?
Yeah.
But it's not a funny story. I'm just now telling you. So yesterday, you know where I was, right? And who I was with. We were actually talking about cheating, and you came up in the conversation, right? And I used you as an example to say, bro, if there's one person who's against cheating, it's you. And it's funny that you mentioned that because what? You are like the benchmark. But this is crazy. If you're gonna cheat, do it right and tell your cousin.
Your cousin. Hell yeah, why not?
Nah.
Keep it close to home.
Nah. Anyway, let's get into yours.
Oh, I respect her though. I respect her for staying, getting revenge, then leaving. That's actually.
I didn't expect that from you.
No. If I get cheated on, I'll do that as well. I would not mind doing that. That's the pettiness level that I would reach to. Honestly.
Okay. Fair.
Okay. Was that your last one?
That was my last one.
Okay, so my breakup story. I tried to watch Bridgerton. Have you watched it?
The first episode, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, same. So, I tried to watch Bridgerton and got a message saying, "This account is no longer available to you." Turns out, neither was the relationship.
Wait, they didn't end it. That's how they broke up.
That's how they broke up.
Wait, was this a guy or a girl?
Yeah, guy ended it with.
No, bro.
Imagine she's just trying to watch a show, man.
Bro, I'm just trying to watch my show. Like, nah, bro.
Oh, now she can't watch the show
man.
and do better.
Better, man.
Okay, so this one was similar to yours. So she woke up mad. She dumped me and told her friends that I emotionally cheated in her sleep. Bro,
I don't know what to think.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I've had this in the past as well with girls where they just wake up in the morning and just be like in a mood, and then you ask them and they're like, you cheated on yourself.
When she wakes up, like, who's Kelsey? And you're like,
yeah,
fuck.
who, when,
Kelsey?
how?
Why
No,
would you
it was in my
Kelsey
dream.
in my
I was
dream,
like-
bro?
And then you know that day is just gonna be a day.
It's ruined.
It's gonna be a day.
No, man. Crazy.
Okay, my last one. Oh, this is creative actually.
Okay.
I'll give this one props. She sent me a breakup playlist. The first track was Bye Bye Bye. This is the best part.
Oh my word.
And the second song was just 5 minutes of silence labeled Your Personality.
Bro, just dull. Like, bro, whoever said that, I'm sure she's a vibe in a relationship, though.
She has to be.
She's a
That's
vibe.
10 out of 10 for creativity.
Bro, like,
10 out
even
of
if you were
10.
dumping me with that, I'll be like, fair.
Props to you.
Fair play.
Yeah.
But I want you back now, because
Yeah,
that's
that-
sexy. Like, oh, alright, was that your last one?
Yeah, that was breakup stories.
Crazy. Alright, guys, so like she had said, that was breakup stories. Next week, we're going to be running it back to actually one that I really enjoyed, which is Am I the Asshole?
Same.
So send us your Am I the Asshole stories, and we will tell you once again just how much of an asshole you actually are. Because you are. So get those sent in, and that is next week's episode. Is there anything else you want to add there?
Not in terms of that. However, before we end off the show, we need to return to fact or cap.
Okay.
You should reveal whether yours was fact or cap first.
Oh, am I going first? So my story was about 2020 friend's father
Beep, beep, beep.
right, passed away.
Times 2.
I called and hung up when she told me. And I said I was very interested to hear your explanation
Yeah.
because she begged me to tell the story on here because she watches,
Oh, God.
and it is 100% fact.
No!
Bro,
Oh my god!
she has been waiting for me to tell the story. She's like, you need to tell the people what you did to me. And I'm finally telling the people what I did. Fact.
Oh my! I feel so bad for her.
I know, I also do.
No, you don't.
Bro, it's just that, like, remember at the time I had other intentions.
No,
So-
that's
No,
besides
listen,
the point.
listen, right?
No.
I'm explaining myself. I had other intentions when I called, and when that happened, it caught me off guard. So I was like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, I didn't call you, like, you get what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I know we're a week early for this, but you are an asshole for that.
I should have done it at Am I the Asshole?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
No,
Anyway.
that's wild. That is wild on your part.
Bro, it was 5 years, 6 years ago.
Nah.
Just move on. Like, what is yours? Just tell me.
I can't believe she still speaks to you. Honestly,
We actually didn't speak for the longest time afterwards.
as she should.
And then we started speaking again.
Oh shit. Well, mine was about the national anthem
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
me going to play overseas, and that was fact.
100% I knew it. I knew that was fact, bro. I knew that was fact. If you told me that was cap, I would be so disappointed in myself.
Man, that national anthem, and you know what, right? I'd like to think I know the national anthem, but when the spotlight's on you and there's thousands of people watching, it's like you don't want to try and then you mess it up, and then you see.
But that's why it's so nice when there's a group of people, because then
Yes.
you don't need to say the words, you can just make the sounds.
Yes, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. I used to get away with that in primary school.
Wait, who was singing national anthems in primary school?
No, we had to for like sports days and shit.
Oh, sorry, I was the captain, so.
No comment. No comment.
Alright, So that was fact or cap reveal. 2 facts this week. Crazy. Yours was definitely worse than mine, but it's fine. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Before I end things off, anything you want to say? Last words?
Just thanks for the support, and I see the YouTube channel is growing slowly with views. The shorts are getting better and better and better. So just thanks for everything, guys, and keep it up.
100% keep it up indeed. Don't forget to like, comment, share with your friends. Also, the subscribers on YouTube are going up day by day as well. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Don't forget the merch as well. Hit us up. If you want to pick these up, lock in. You know what it is. Anyway, guys, it's been funny this week. To all the lies, gaslighters, manipulators out there, we'll see you next week.